Hey guys, welcome to PQ, where we watch and talk about music as classical musicians. Today we have a special song because I've heard this song a lot since so many years ago, and until now it's also in one of the songs in my playlist. This is Hotel California from Eagles, and this is a suggestion from one of our supporters on Buy Me Coffee, David. Thank you, David, for your suggestion and your support.
Yeah, I honestly have so many memories with this song because it's one of the few songs that I've been listening to since I was a teenager. And I remember one of my friends used to play guitar in high school, and I heard it from her the first time because she brought her guitar to school one day, and then she had like the lead sheet of it, which was like, I guess for guitar it's different. It had the lead and then just the chords, and then she was playing it, and then she knew it very well. I was like, oh, I never. And she was acting like everybody should know this song. So, and I think I heard it first from there, and then I listened to it on repeat for so long, and I looked at the lyrics. It was kind of like, it was my first, like, I guess, encounter with Eagles, first of all, but also to this kind of music, I guess. I don't remember, but I remember it kind of opened the door for me. I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. I don't understand a word of it. I mean, I understood the words, but I didn't understand the meaning behind it. For the longest time, I was like, I wonder what that means. Like, because I guess it's like all a metaphor. And then after that, for the longest time, I listened to it. Yeah, so it just brings me a lot of memories every time. It just brings me back to like my high school days. So yeah, so I'm very excited to listen to it because when he suggested, I was like, okay, we have heard this song, but we love to listen to it together. I kind of like reminisce. Yeah, so we're gonna do it. And then a lot of you guys wanted us to watch Eagles. I know this is like probably the most obvious Eagles song, but we're gonna start from here, and then we're gonna make our way through more Eagles as we go. So if you have any other suggestions for other Eagles songs, please let us know in the comments. So now we can go. Before they start, I love that guitar intro. First of all, it really feels like a dialogue.
Exactly. I just wanted to say that I even love it more live, like now, than in the studio version. I don't know what is he doing. I think maybe he's using more wider vibratos, or it's just because it's the feeling of the moment and the live performance. It always has a different kind of quality when you play something live.
That's true.
Or maybe even, I'm not sure if it's slightly slower tempo, or there is something to it that it's different from and I from the studio version. I really love this. It's like it comes deeply from the inside. And I love also the set that it's like exactly, it feels like they're in a hotel or something, with this
That's true.
trees and the building, and very good choice of colors with the lights.
Yeah, I love the second guitars. I mean, the first motif is really beautiful, but then when the second guitar comes, it feels like, I don't know, there's so much emotion that I cannot describe. I think coming from that second guitar is just so beautiful.
On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. heard the mission bell, and I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. Then she lit up a candle and she showed me the way. There were voices down the corridor. I thought I heard them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely face. There's plenty of room at the Hotel California. Any time of year, you can find it here. Her mind is different.
One more thing that it really, like, every time it just haunts me, I guess, the song delivery and the song writing, the words are so, like, imaginary for me. Like, the moment he starts singing, that happened from the very first time that I heard this song. I could, like, picture there's like pictures like walking around in my head, like, of all these scenes that he's describing. Like, it's so descriptory, if that's a word. Like, yeah, it's like also the way he tells it. It kind of a little bit reminds me of Bob Seger, because we just watched it and we talked about how good of a storyteller he is in a song. It kind of reminds me of that, because the voice quality has like a little bit of scratch, a little bit of raspiness, and then the way he delivers that, it really feels like he's telling us a story rather than a performance. So it just really puts me into like that state of mind that I'm just going and walking with them through the story. It's like reading a novel, and then you're just imagining everything.
Yeah, and I also didn't expect to see the lead singer and the drums. I didn't know
they're the same person.
it's the setup of and it reminded me of the Warning, because they also have this kind of that the drummer also sings.
That's true.
But it's funny to see it.
Yeah. Okay, here we go to the second.
You can find it here. Her mind is different and twisted. She got the Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty, pretty boys she calls friends. How they dance in the courtyard, sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember, some dance to forget. So I call him the captain. Please bring me my wine. He said, we haven't had that spirit here since 1969. And still those voices are calling from far away. Wake you up in the middle of the night just to hear them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely face. We're living it up at the Hotel California. What a nice surprise, what a nice surprise. Bring your alibis. Mirrors on the ceiling, the pink champagne on ice. And she said, we're all just prisoners here of our own device. And in the master's chambers, gathered for the feast, they stab it with their stealing knives, but they just can't kill the beast. Last thing I remember, I was running for the door. I had to find a passage back to the place I was before. Relax, said the nightman, we are programmed to receive. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
For the instrumental solo, that punchline to me, it's like every time I listen to it, I remember, like, it reminds me of the first time that I listened to this song. I don't know why I'm reminiscing too much about like this song, because it really brings me back. And I was so kind of like scared, because I was like, I could feel the unease and like the kind of discomfort throughout the song. But then when it gets to this part of the song, you're like, oh my god, it's like a fear of something that you don't know. But then every time you listen to this song, you can like feel that fear in your body. And then every time it gets to here, I'm like, oh my god, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. And then I guess it's just, that's why the music can be so powerful, because like, and that's like programmed in my unconsciousness, and every time I listen to this, it just like brings me back immediately. And then I just feel like the first time that I heard this song, or like the first few times, and it just immediately brings me back to that.
And I love how they make each word, that not each, but some of the key words that he say, the atmosphere that this word could has also in the music. For example, when he said far, the guitars and the music was feeling like it comes from a far away. Or when he said such a lovely, when they are saying such a lovely place or lovely face, you can really feel the lovelity.
Yeah.
I don't know, but if the word lovely would have a feeling, which has, would be this song, like this loveliness. You can really hear it from the backing vocals and from the music. And also it happens so often with the this word becoming to the music. And also one thing that I really love, until now I think everybody knows, but it happens very often here also, that it's like in two and then suddenly it becomes in three. I cannot sing the example that I have in my mind now, but it happens so often in this thing that he sings a melody and it's in two, and then suddenly a word or a part of the sentence is in three, or it's like a little more the not the complete time signature, but you know, the three against two against three,
like a triplet, and then like
and it and he does it in a perfect, very perfect way. And I have to say that every time I listen to this song, I'm like, that's why this is very famous, and that's why this is, in all these years, it's really a nostalgia for so many people, because everything that happens, like every drum thing or every pause that they make or everything, I'm like, this is the most perfect and the most, you know, correct place to do everything. It's like this check, it has every element that a perfect song can has. And also the last part that you paused, that's so crazy how he can really exactly tell a story. Like when he's like saying that, he said in a saying way, not a singing way, or like somehow he changes his voice when he's like wanting to say, like he said something, or this happened, or like that. It feels like somebody is, like a dad is having a book, reading it to his children to sleep, and you know, they're like, yeah, this happened, and then he said, and then this happened, and then like that, you can really, yeah, exactly, you can feel that he's telling a story, or he's reading a book, and he's trying to be in the character. And
so cool. Okay, let's listen to the last part of it.
We are programmed to receive. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
It's so funny because this is the first time I've heard this song 10,000 times maybe, and this is the first time that I was especially in the guitar solo, I was paying attention to the bass line, and I was like, your spirit came into me.
Yeah,
which
it's like listen to the bass.
Did you listen to the bass line? Yeah, and it's interesting because it's a very beautiful guitar solo, but then the thing that is happening underneath is also so interesting. And I mean, everybody would listen to the top layer and the guitar solo, but I think it really helps what the bass line is doing. It was especially in the first part of the solo. It was making such a cool aspect, like da 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 da. It's like that, and then some parts that the solo was doing the like more intense, becoming more intense, or like doing something like more intense. Exactly. The bass line was also helping with this, bringing this excitement and stuff. So I really like that I this time paid attention to the bass line. And I think if you go back to this solo part, maybe also in the whole song, I didn't pay attention to the whole song in the bass line. You could really see it and see what I mean.
That's true. One thing that every time like catches me off guard is that how hypnotic this song is. It's because of the harmony progression. I feel like it's also because of like the guitars. I love the relationship between them. It feels so tight. Like the relationship between them. It doesn't feel like, oh, there are three people and then they're doing their own thing. It really feels like one stream of thoughts or like motifs going on. It's like one spirit into three different people. And I love that all of three of them were so, again, tight relationship with the drums. And the fact that it kind of like the same motif kind of ish repeats, I feel like, I don't know, I'm trying to find the reason why this song is so hypnotic aside from the lyrics, because I know the lyrics just put you in like a state of mind that you're just thinking and then really like contemplating your life basically. Because and then for the longest time I had the hard time like finding the meaning of the metaphor. I don't know why I didn't Google that back then, but I was like, for the longest time, maybe years, I didn't know. I knew it's something like dark and disturbed and something that you get into and you cannot get out of life. And then I thought it's addiction for some time, but then now it can be anything. Like the interpreter, I read about it like a few years ago that it was talking about it can be not necessarily that. It can be any thought or any like lifestyle that you get into that looks glamorous from outside, but then once you get into that, it was like, okay, cannot get out of it, and then you realize the cost of it. I guess I love the fact that it can be interpreted in so many ways, maybe even beyond the things that the songwriters thought about. So I love the fact that it's kind of like open to interpretation. And the way that they end the song, it's also like, I don't know, it's such a timeless theme and such a timeless arrangement, and like all the songwriting and everything, that anytime that you listen to it, I guess if you're in a different state of your life, you can think about it and interpret it differently. But like the core meaning is there, that you get into something not necessarily good, but it might look good, like very plausible, but then when you get into that, you feel like it's not what you wanted, but then you have a hard time getting out of it. Even if you get out of it physically, that when he said you can check out, you can never leave because it's like deep in your mind now. And then I think the other thing that really, again, like it's interesting to me is that even though the storyline is kind of like that, the whole song also feels really restrained, and then you can feel the unease and everything in it. I don't know, maybe I'm just judging because I know the meaning already, or like, I don't know, I feel like I had this feeling of like restraint and then kind of I don't know, the disturb from the first time that I listened to it. And it's just so interesting that you can convey that without the lyrics necessarily. I feel like it's like all like you can feel this feeling with your first listen to, even if you don't speak the language or if you don't know what exactly it's about. I don't know, maybe I'm biased because I love this song. So you should ask that from somebody that haven't heard this song before and see if they can like get this feeling from it. But every time I listen to it, I can't just help it. It just brings me to that kind of like it's like disruptive a little bit. I don't know how to describe it better. Yeah, so that was such a cool, like, I don't know, getting back to my stream of memories, and like it was so deep in my thought, like because I haven't listened to this song like with that attention in the longest time. So it was very interesting to dig deep again and kind of remember all those things that I was thinking when I was younger. So thank you, David, for suggesting this. It was actually a lot of fun, and we hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and drop your comments below if you want us to listen to more Eagles. Let us know. We would be so happy to explore more of their songs. And if you want to support us more, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Bye.